Thank you for staying with us on the Entrepreneurial SME. Let me remind you that tonight we have founder and CEO of Mosebe Enterprises, Vincent Mosebe, who started a power station solution to tackle the socio-economic challenges faced by the informal market in the Western Cape. Thank you, Vincent, for staying. Now, who is the client? I mean, I know I just said the informal settlement.
Yeah.
Do you sell to the user directly? Do you sell wholesale? Who's the client?
Well, our client or target market are those in informal settlements and those in rural areas. So in a nutshell, we just call them underserved communities. Currently, we cannot legally sell them directly to them due to some legal issues. So we are looking to get our devices SAP approved, which is quite a long process. And maybe perhaps some viewers out there, they know a way they can shorten this process. Please do reach out to us. We would really appreciate that help. So there's a lot of documentation which we need to acquire in order for us to actually enter the market and make the impact we intended to make. So, yeah.
So are you saying that you're still waiting for the final legal registration for the product?
Yes, we have done the prototypes, we have tested them, and we just need the approval from the SAPS and NRCS so that our customers can purchase with a peace of mind that these devices have been tested and they are safe to use. Because we don't want to give them an alternative solution whereby it has not been tested, and now we're taking away candles to provide a bomb, which does not make sense. So we
precisely. I like that. I like that. It's very important that you don't move them from one danger to another. But the price point, however dangerous candles may be, I suspect that they will always be cheaper than your product. How are you going to convince people that it is worth spending on your product than on the candle or the paraffin stove or whatever else it is?
Well, that's an interesting question, but you have to consider, for example, a unit like this will cost you 1.5 with a solar panel, whereby if you buy a candlestick, it costs about 5 rand. But is your life worth trading for a candlestick?
Yeah. So therefore, you're selling them safety, not necessarily price point.
Exactly, and we also have to take into consideration that these devices, it's a once-off purchase. You recharge it way back end, or once it finishes, you cannot recharge it, you need to go purchase another one. So eventually, the amount does accumulate to over the price that you'd actually acquire one of these for.
Now, you and your mates who started the business are fairly young. I've seen all of you. Have you considered going to government, which does a lot of funding for young people for innovations like yours?
Well, in today's day and age, it's all about who you know and not what you know. So it's just a matter of getting the right people to point us to the right doors where you can go knocking. So like I said, those who may know people or have connections, do reach out to us and point us in the right direction. We would really appreciate that.
Look, they do watch this show, so they're listening to you. What are your needs?
Well, like I said, at the moment, before we can do anything else, we can even think of selling, and because we definitely would like to impact the communities out there, save lives, transform our communities into a more sustainable and eco-friendly environment. But before we can do that, we need the documentations, we need to become compliant. So that's our main need at the moment, above anything else.
I would have loved for you to mention the rands and cents of how much you need, but it's okay. Clearly, it's not that important at the moment. Let's talk about the next step. What is it after phase 3? What's next?
Okay, so phase 1 is becoming compliant.
Yeah.
Phase 2, start marketing these. Phase 3 is now we have another device which is now catered for sub-Saharan regions, which is now in the northern hemisphere of Africa, whereby mosquitoes and malaria are quite a big thing. So we'd like to export these devices to actually not only bring hope to our fellow South Africans, but to Africa as a whole. So this is another device we'd actually like to export and help them handle those type of issues of malaria, because annually it claims a lot of lives. Over 400,000 people die every year. So we could potentially save lives and lift a little bit of burden on the World Economic Forum.
Forum, yeah?
Yeah.
And
because
have you attended those kind of sessions, World Economic Forum? Do you go, I mean, you're in the Western Cape, there are so many conferences and summits that happen there. Do you go out there and showcase what you have?
I'm glad you asked the question. So just last week, Wednesday and Thursday, we attended the GEC plus Africa Congress, whereby over 43 African countries come together and share ideas. A lot of entrepreneurs, startups who are all there, and Mosebe Enterprises were there and to showcase our device. It was actually a good experience because we captured the attention of other high-profile people, like there was a minister from Zambia who would love to get this product to Zambia, but currently we cannot do that due to the compliant issues. So that's one thing that we need to get out of the way. We also had a minister from the NDA, National Development Agency, who would love us to actually not only leave this and let this only help in Cape Town or the Western Cape, but also move this device and this innovation to the KZN, where it would actually be much needed there.
Okay, brilliant. So I've got 5 last questions for you, but they are very quick questions. They need very quick answers because we're done with the business questions. So, have you ever thought of quitting?
Yes, there are many times whereby, as an innovator, when I created this device, it got hurt, blood everywhere, and I was like, no, look, screw this, I'm done.
What keeps you going?
What keeps me going is to...
Why are you not quitting?
Well, one day I would like to be remembered as that one person who actually made an impactful change to the world, because we are all here for a purpose. That's one thing you have to keep in mind. We don't just come on this earth and to live and die. We are here for a purpose, and I'm here to serve my purpose.
Brilliant. What do you do for fun, Vincent?
Interesting. I like to watch other people be creative. Like there's YouTube videos whereby I see people do some DIY videos and things like that. So it's not only for fun, I'm also learning the process.
And given a chance, would you do this again?
Definitely. If they could take everything away from me, I will start from scratch and even do it bigger than how I've done it.
Coffee, whiskey, tea, or inverter?
I would go for cognac, but this program would stick with tea and inverter.
Vincent Mosebe, wonderful. All the best to you and your team. I hope that you will get, in fact, I know you'll get the right hearing after this program. All the best to you, and thank you very much for everyone for watching the Entrepreneurial SME. From me, Rems Mabote, good night and God bless.
Telkom Business, behind South African businesses' drive to thrive.